And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, time for the week 3 edition of SmackDown. And now I know of how, well, for like the past 3 episodes of the WWE Book Revolution Universe Mode, of how I said that I'll just be simulating all the other matches, then it's only like playing 1 or 2. Well, you showcase 1 and 2 while playing as either referee, or playing as either wrestlers or the referees. Well, I was only doing that because I didn't know if AI was on Book Revolution for iPhone. Apparently it is. The first time when I tried to put it on AI, where the computer plays everything, or where it plays like every single character for the match you put, I didn't see it for the first time. But apparently now that I check again in sense, I see that you could do AI. So yep, that's my bad. But now it feels kind of like GWE now. I could try to continue the GWE series, but I'm probably just going to continue like part 2 of the SummerSlam pay-per-view, just to fully end off the whole GWE thing, since that was on Samsung. But I could try to continue it on iPhone, I guess, and continue and end it. But anyway, so yeah, we're going to go back to doing parts here instead of like trying to do one whole thing and stuff. We're just going to go back to doing separate parts for probably like 2 matches equal 1 part, probably, most likely, I'm not sure. There's 4 matches for ECW, and then of course 5 for both Raw and SmackDown. And then for pay-per-views, there's any amount, whether if it's joint branded pay-per-views or specifically brand exclusive, like Raw exclusive, SmackDown exclusive, or ECW exclusive pay-per-views. And so let me go over the card here. I believe that, well, part 1 is gonna have 2 matches. Yeah, so this is going to be part 1. It's going to have 2 matches. Part 2, I'm not sure how many matches, and I'm not sure if we're going to have a part 3 in general. But your match card for week 3 of SmackDown is, as seen right now, we got Rey Mysterio, not Rey Mysterio, my bad. That is Big Kidman's tag team partner, my bad, I'm reading it wrong. We got Big Kidman versus Bobby Roode. Well, this time, he still has that Robert Roode looking model, like what he looked like in TNA, so let's just say Robert Roode, I guess. So yeah, Big Kidman versus Robert Roode, but I have it written down as Rey Mysterio and Big Kidman versus James Storm and Robert Roode, because that was my original plan. But I just now have the idea to just put Big Kidman and Robert Roode, because we got a couple of tag team matches here tonight. So let's make that one a 1-1 matchup, like so. Next up, we got Kota Ibushi taking on Curtis Axel. Now, of course, Kota Ibushi and Seth Rollins are in a rivalry program, but we're not gonna make Rollins appear on this episode. We're gonna like increase that rivalry a little bit more. And next up, after the Kota Ibushi versus Curtis Axel matchup, we got DX versus Rhyno and Slater. Now, of course, this is DX's debut on the Young Bucks debut on SmackDown. Rhyno and Heath Slater pulled off a major upset, and they defeated the Young Bucks. So let's see, can DX defeat Rhyno and Slater? We'll see what happens. Rhyno Slater did pick up a huge victory. That was a major upset, but it was simulated. After that one, we got John Cena and Cesaro versus Samoa Joe and Chris Hero. Now, ladies and gentlemen, of course, the programs we have set up for SmackDown are Kota Ibushi in the rivalry with Seth Rollins, John Cena in the rivalry with Chris Hero, and Cesaro in the rivalry with Samoa Joe. So now the first wrestlers I said in each one of those rivalries are the good guys, aka the faces, and the ones I said after are the heels, aka the bad guys. And so, oh yeah, and also Dolph Ziggler and Kevin Owens. Ziggler being the face, Owens being the heel. And speaking of which, we got Dolph Ziggler versus Ryback later on tonight on week 3 of SmackDown, and that will be your main event. So, ladies and gentlemen, we had some controversy last week with Kevin Owens attacking Austin Aries backstage last week. So, we're not going to have Austin Aries in this episode of SmackDown, but we are going to keep an eye out for Kevin Owens, and especially is Dolph Ziggler, because Ziggler did lose to KO on the first week of SmackDown, in the main event, might I add. But Owens says he wants to make a statement, so we don't know when he is going to interfere. We don't know if he's going to make a statement in a match, in another promo. We really don't know. But now, shifting things forward from SmackDown down into ECW. We just like rechecking all this. So now it's now been announced for the Week 4 edition of ECW that there's gonna be a 10-man battle royal for the ECW Hardcore TV title. Whoever wins that one, of course, becomes the ECW Hardcore TV champion. And on the bigger news, SmackDown, ECW, and Raw now have added in one more title that it will start as an 8-man tournament for each Raw, SmackDown, and ECW. So now these are both cruiserweight titles. It's like 3 cruiserweight titles. Raw, they're gonna have the X Division title. ECW, they're gonna have the hardcore lightweight title, and this brand, SmackDown, the better brand, the better wrestling ability, the best wrestling brand. We have the one and only, we have the original cruiserweight title. So we're gonna start off with that 8-man tournament, but so is Raw for the X Division title, and so is ECW for the hardcore lightweight championship. So on the next episode of SmackDown, we're not gonna start off the tournament. I just realized. I'm checking on the match card for the next few weeks. So we got no one announced for that whole cruiserweight tournament. It is gonna be an 8-man tournament for the cruiserweight championship for SmackDown. Same thing for Raw and ECW for their respective cruiserweight titles, if you want to call it. But we got the original, as Robert Roode has now beaten Billy Kidman, and I really don't care. I really don't, because I just want to announce everything else is gonna happen. And so for Raw, they are going to start off their X Division title tournament at their Over the Limit pay-per-view, which is after the Week 4 edition of every other show. So they start theirs at their pay-per-view, 2 matches. I'm not gonna announce it, even though I do get the idea of what it is gonna be. And then I had some. Yeah, and then the lightweight title tournament for ECW will start at their pay-per-view, which will be barely legal, and it's going to be after the Week 5 edition of ECW. I see right there, Kota Ibushi with the full Nelson suplex straight to Chris Axel, nails the dropkick now. Kota Ibushi, of course, like I said, in the program with Seth Rollins. If Rollins is not scheduled to appear here tonight. And later on, Chris Axel, he's trying to find some momentum, as he did get absolutely demolished and destroyed, same thing, by Austin Aries on the Week 1 edition of SmackDown. So Curtis Axel, he's getting a whole lot of experience facing off against these highly talented wrestlers in Austin Aries and in Kota Ibushi. As Kota Ibushi off top rope nails the spin heel kick. What distance? Gets a spin heel kick after off the ropes. And so Kota Ibushi, he is on the roll. He's looking good in this matchup against Curtis Axel as he nails the sidewalk slam. Now Axel, he's reeling as series of Bridget suplex. It's one reason why Kota Ibushi, such a greatly high-talented wrestler, not to mention his fast-paced, he missed the 450 splash. That could be crucial, because Curtis Axel, definitely opportunistic of opportunities like that, but no, he's not going to be able to take an opportunity of that one. Very quickly, let's see right there, Axel gets drilled with her Karana. And this is going to be it. It's a powerbomb into, powerbomb version type into a Bridget suplex. And there we go. Axel gets beaten in record time again. I don't know which one's faster. Him getting beaten by Kota Ibushi or him getting beaten by Austin Aries in Week 1 edition of SmackDown. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that will be part 1 of the weekly edition of SmackDown. As next up for part 2, the first match we're going to have for part 2 is going to be DX versus Rhyno and Slater, I believe. So thank you guys for watching. That was part 1.